Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? We're back with today's trade recap. It's Tuesday right now. Monday gave us the world's worst price action, and you know what we do when price action sucks on a Monday, on a no news Monday where we rip 200 points into the air. We touch the Nasdaq inappropriately, okay? And that's exactly what we're gonna do today. So I'm gonna walk you through two trades I took today. They were both break even, right? Two little break even boogers over here. And I absolutely wish that, unfortunately you can't wish in these markets. They'll just play you all the time. But, we could have been up a lot fatter today. My bias was right. I just had to endure really choppy price action. I held through my position and I got stopped at break even, on both my trades, which is fair enough, right? I mean, I scaled half of my position in each trade, so I'm up around $199. Now, I never preach P&L and all this stuff. It's always in the title, right? Unless you're like physically blind. I don't know how you're watching this video. Then yeah, there you go. There's my P&L for the day. You're welcome. But yeah, boys and girls, let's talk about today. Today was pretty interesting actually. And I'm glad to know that I actually have a good bias for trades now, okay? It's been a while since I did that. I used to get everything wrong all the time, but now I'm seeing things, especially when it comes to low resistance liquidity, okay? This stuff, I don't know why, but the market loves it. The market loves trend line liquidity. It targets it so much because it knows how many people are placing their orders there and just bulking it up. It's so engineered. It's literally like, it's what the books teach, and then, the books, they never work. The institutions know how the books work, so people trading by the books, basically screwed, right? But yeah, let's dive into these two trades. Let's start with a big, fat-ass analysis over here. Now, we were pretty overextended, I'll give you that, okay? But we were actually inside of a 4-hour bullish gap at the time of our trades. We were inside of a 4-hour gap, right? We did inverse it, I think, while I was trading, but we were still inside of it at the time. And I think, let's take a look at the daily. Are we in the daily gap? Because I haven't actually checked yet. No. But we did take out, or we did fully, fill this liquidity void after Trump said two words together, right? Tariffs, China, look what happened. Look at the dump we got, okay? So many stop losses got taken here, and now we're rallying up. And the reason I was bullish as well is because we had these two 4-hour relative equal highs over here at all-time highs. This, to me, is enough for a bullish bias. I don't really think that, I have a more of a different bias than that, unless we got like an actual setup to the downside and, we were filling in some bearish gap, let's say, for example. Or we took buy side and we started reacting from that. Maybe, just maybe, because again, we are quite overextended on the 4-hour time frame here. But now that I measure it, let's have a little look for ourselves. Let's have a peep. Let's peep this. Where's my GARM box? I think today we didn't actually touch discount, but we filled in a 4-hour gap. And, we just circulated around that 50% range. We didn't tap into it, unfortunately, but I guess that's what the market wanted to do today. So I had a good bias, right? I had a very good bias for, those buys, because we had so many, high time frame draws telling us that we were going to go higher, as well as that we were reacting off of sell side. And again, right, low resistance liquidity. What do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, and even relative equal here, 4 highs over here that are just basically just a trend line here, right? And we didn't sweep any of this. And on top of that, we had this high, and this high in the middle of our trade, right? Unfortunately, we got stopped out in this second trade at break even, but we had 4 plus 3. We had 7 highs that were literally right there in that same range to take, with the prominent high over here, of course, right? Whoops, I'm bad at drawing arrows. Who wouldn't want these highs, bro? You have got to be stupid to not look at this and say, okay, market will go this way. I don't even know how you can press, unless you're a day one trader, or unless you don't know what liquidity is. This should be plainly and simply obvious to you, okay? On the lower time frame here, look, we're rallying stop losses, right? Trend line, okay? And this is not an educational video. I know you want to know what happened in these trades. Just give me a minute, right? I'm cooking. We have this liquidity. We have all this liquidity, right? What do we need to do, or what does the market like to do? You can see here we broke structure to the upside after, I took a break even. I took off half my trade here after we pushed past this previous high in that other trade I took, the first one. As you can see, we broke structure to the upside here, right, in this second trade, and we started filling in fair value gaps, okay, and respecting other things like equilibrium and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, I had a very strong bias, and that bias played out. Unfortunately, no news on, you know, today. We had no news today, so that's why we were very slow. We probably could have actually hit our take profits today in full if we didn't have bad price action. Now, you can tell me that, you know, price plays out the way it wants to and that you're at fault for break even. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But, you know, I'm managing my risk here, and I was already up in that first trade $100. I don't really want to lose everything I made in AM session already, okay? Because it's bad to win a trade and then take another trade and then lose more than you won in the first trade. That's just not on, okay? I just had a very good bias here, and how I did this is I took a break even scale down here, and I set my stops to break even, right? And I held through that, right? And then obviously ES was really high up. We got stopped out because of the retrace on ES. Big move up here, right? On the 5-minute time frame. Big move up. And then the retrace into this 5-minute gap is what correlated NASDAQ as well to stop us out. That's unfortunate. I knew that I should have seen that coming, right? ES was so overextended that I should have closed out. But yeah, so that's the bias for the day, and I guess a little lesson on low resistance liquidity. Let's dive into these trades here quickly. So my first trade here was based off of a 3-minute inverse to the upside. We took London lows, and we took basically every single low we possibly could that we built up during the previous sessions. Where is my chart gone? There we go. Yeah, as you can see, we basically took every single low from these sessions back here. Yeah, we took New York PM, we took New York lunch, we took everything. Everything but AM low, which was all the way down here. So, 3-minute inverse. Can't fucking talk, man, sorry. 3-minute inverse to the upside here. And we made an SMT with ES here as well, which means, you know, potentiality to come down, because look, we actually had like 4 equal highs on ES that all wanted to get swept at once, okay? Like, there's no way that we didn't want to come up there. Another good draw on liquidity here. Let me show you. The S&P 500 had some insane draws to the upside. I'm talking like A tier draws, S tier draws. Let me show you. If my chart can load. Please don't tell me my internet crashed again. Like 10% of the people that watched this video just clicked off because they saw me sipping tea, bro. Attention spans today are crazy, bro. But in case you stayed, let's take a look at what ES did. Here, right here, I have it marked out in front of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times that same level we tapped. We had so many highs there to take. We took those highs and we made an SMT off of those highs. So that's why I scaled off half my trade, and I was completely right to do that, because what did we end up doing? I got stopped out on that trade at break even, right? There's me being me and knowing that in choppy price action we'll make an SMT. I just fired from the upside and the downside. We will always have SMTs on both sides in accumulation. It's really hard to trade, okay? You want to wait until we break out of the accumulation. But if you're in a trade based off of a good setup, right, and then you're accumulating in that trade, good luck, bro. Like, good luck. Like, as soon as you see an SMT, you should probably pull out. That's just what I've learned from market experience in the lower time frames. You might survive it from like the 5-minute and above, but everything else, again, like I said, good luck, bro, right? Anyways, break even on this trade here. Second trade, we had sell side manipulation as well. We had a SMT with ES here. NASDAQ was the lagging index on this SMT, and what I will say before we actually, you know, talk about the rest of this trade is in this first trade over here, I took out a contract and then I put it back in, right? That was me acting out of emotion because I was worried we were gonna we were gonna break even, right? That's why I was worried. And, you know, I'm probably gonna have to take out the trash now and punish myself because of that. But then again, right, we're all human. We just have to not do that again. The other thing is this second trades. It was within a 3-minute gap, as you can see. So it wasn't as good because we were inside of a 3-minute gap. We didn't inverse that gap. But the 2-minute time frame plus all the other confluences we had, it was just really clean to me, okay? And the bias was very strong. So I was willing to take that risk because the risk to reward here actually isn't that bad, right? If we had our stops underneath this fair value gap here, right? Or just like at the bottom of these bodies of the candles. So it was like almost a 1.5 RR. And you can see clearly that we did react off of these gaps. We wicked out of them, right? And on the 2 minute, we had very clean price action. So I didn't want to risk a really bad entry. And I broke even at this internal high over here. And sucks to suck, we got stopped out, right? But because of the retrace move on ES, right? You all saw that move on ES. Basically, we retraced. And then that retrace caused us to come down into like this little price range over here, wick this fair value gap again, come into this order block, and then continue pushing higher, right? So, am I angry at myself? No, not necessarily. But should I have seen that coming based off of how we made another SMT off these highs and ES just kept pushing higher and a retrace is expected after a move like that? Absolutely, right? I knew probably that, you know, we were gonna get stopped out. But I wanted to see, right? I wanted to see if we could hold through that position. Unfortunately, we just got unlucky today. But yeah, those are the two trades today. I checked Friday and the rest of this week in terms of news. We've literally got nothing, right? Until Friday, where we've got PMI, 15 minutes to market open, 2 red folders, and then we've got CPI as well. I'll probably full port my dead account into that, and you know, we'll see what happens with that. Because again, I'm not recovering an eval that's dead in the water. Okay, I'd much rather, you know, get through it on like instead of just ditching it completely. I don't see a sense in it, right? I'm still trying to pass a funded account like legit, right? I'm still using this new account properly. I'm not using bad risk management on it. It's to prove that I'm, you know, I can prove to myself. I don't have to prove this to anybody. It's to prove to myself that I'm able to handle that amount of risk management, that I'm profitable and that I'm disciplined in what I do. I just farted again. Anyways, right? So yeah, we'll see what that does. We'll see what CPI does. And in terms of Wednesday, we've got no news again. Probably choppy price action on Wednesday, midweek type stuff. And then Thursday, maybe. Thursday, we've got existing home sales. So I guess that's that, right? That's wraps for the day. We're up $199. I already said that. And yeah, if you want to learn what strategy I'm using the inverse fair value gap strategy paired with like other ICT concepts. That's my entry model, inverse fair value gaps, right? On the smaller time frames. And if you want to learn about that, I've got the Discord link in the description. I'm trying to build a very big trading family, like moving into the last quarter of this year, okay? And I'm saying this all over and over again because I actually forgot to put my microphone on while I was recording this, which I actually had a gut feeling that happened, but I didn't check anyway. But yeah, I am building a humongous community, right? The aim here is to bring so many people together in this trading space because I'm real and authentic, right? Like, I'm made of the same human flesh as you. I'm not someone who will, like, crap on you and say, hey, this is what I did today, screw you, see tomorrow. Like, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm genuinely authentic, and I really want to put together a humongous family of traders. That's my aim, right? I've already started doing that. We've just surpassed 100 members. I need to cook up some crazy events now. I don't know what it will be. You can give me ideas in the description, or if you just join the Discord yourself. We do live trading from time to time. Probably going to do it very soon, maybe this week. Yeah, I mean, the idea is you're surrounding yourself around a group of people who genuinely care about you, right? That's what I'm trying to do here. Through the power of God and through the power of positive energy. Do not miss out on that. Do not FOMO. But yeah, those were the trades we took today. We're up pretty nice, right? We can't tell what will happen. I mean, the rest of this week or even next week, we could get some really good trades. We don't know, right? We can only expect good things and expect to trade well, right? And as long as we follow that, it will come with time, okay? You can never not take a good trade if you're following your rules, right? It's about probability. But yeah, I'm going to stop yapping my ass away. I'm probably going to go find some more work to do and upload this onto YouTube. Like I said, if you got any questions, bro, come to the Discord, bro. I accept you with open arms. I want to help you. And yeah, until then, see you boys tomorrow if we take another trade. If we don't, you won't see me. But then again, I'll be in Discord. And yeah, peace the fuck out, boys. See you tomorrow.